it's Rich Tehrani with TMCnet. Thanks for watching. We're here having our famous Editors Week 2016 in Silicon Valley, really Santa Clara. It's November, to be specific. We're the week before Thanksgiving, and Marc Fleischmann was nice enough to come by and talk to us. He's with a company called Datera. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
So we're really thrilled to have you. I'm hoping you can tell us a little bit more about Datera and what you guys do.
Yeah, Datera, let me start with the name. We are data as a service for the data era. Datera, that's where we're coming from.
Okay, and so what sort of data as a service?
So if you think about what's happening in the industry, we obviously have the massive players like Amazon, Google, disrupting, challenging traditional industry with their take on infrastructure. It's called the cloud. Obviously, the cloud is not so much where the data is, it's more like how you operate infrastructure, your infrastructure model. They deliver unprecedented economic value and operational sophistication to how infrastructure is done, and we do the same thing for the data layer in that cloud. That's what Datera is about. We bring the cloud, the data management piece of it, the storage piece of it, on-prem for everyone else to build their own private cloud on-prem.
So, okay, basically, if you want to have a private cloud because you're concerned about security or something else about the public cloud,
cost. Turns out that it's kind of cheap to fail in the public cloud, but it's expensive to succeed. A number of our customers are seeing that actually. They're seeing that it's actually quite pricey. Then there's obviously location concerns, as you point out. There's privacy concerns. There's governance concerns. There's many reasons why it might make sense to have the sophistication of a public cloud infrastructure on-prem at your own disposal, at your own fingertips, and that's what we allow people to do.
Fantastic. And so there's, I imagine, quite a significant savings from having to manage all of the cloud infrastructure, right? They're able to do all of that stuff using your software, so they don't need a team of people to manage it.
Yes, on the data layer. Now, I'll say this again. We take care of the data orchestration and the data management, and the complementary part of that, obviously, is the application management. There's a number of companies in that space. We partner with pretty much all of them. I'll just mention a few. Google on Kubernetes side, Mesosphere with ECOS, Docker, Swarm for our container space, but even more established players like OpenStack, CloudStack, even VMware. Those provide application orchestration. We provide the corresponding data management. What we do in essence, we free the operators from dealing with the manual handcrafting of infrastructure on the data layer, like what you would assume in the old-fashioned storage arrays, and we free them to actually focus on creating business value. Now, it's important to say when you look at software-defined data storage or scale-out storage, that usually comes with a tax of unimpressive, uninspiring performance and latencies. We've written the stack from ground up. We deliver array-level performance with the convenience of software-defined scale-out.
Fantastic. And so do you have any company news recently that you've announced?
We launched our second version of the software. You can now mix and match all flash nodes with hybrid nodes, so you don't even have to make a decision anymore between a flash array and a hybrid array and listen to each side's arguments. You just throw whatever node in that you feel might be appropriate, and our smart software that understands application needs, because applications themselves know best what they want. We will manage the right resources for you. We will mold the data infrastructure to the specific application needs and give you basically unprecedented game-changing price performance elasticity.
Fantastic, fantastic. So in terms of the kinds of companies you're working with, I imagine just about any company would potentially want their own private cloud, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
It's not limited to just financial or medical, it's really across the board.
Yeah, it's actually a range of companies that built that. Typical segments we are seeing is, I will start with advanced enterprises right now, financial services, you mentioned that, SaaS companies, gaming companies, healthcare, obviously oil and gas, media industries, everyone who has the need to process a significant amount of data. It also includes tier 2 service providers, by the way. And you've all seen the IDC report that within just a few years we will have 44 zettabyte of data in the cloud. It basically doubles every 18 months. It's pretty much along the kind of curve of Moore's Law, and we've seen what Moore's Law did to the industry for the last 40 years. We'll see the same on the data industry, on the data side in the next number of years.
It's pretty exciting. Now, is hybrid becoming a big push for your customers?
You mean a hybrid cloud or multi-cloud? Yeah, absolutely. Look, again, the cloud is not about where the data is, it's about how it's managed, including locally, including in the public cloud, including across those locations. And I'll again mention we're partnering with Google to bring Kubernetes clouds on-prem. We provide the persistent services. But obviously, it's going to tie back into the public cloud part as well. We manage the statefulness for all those applications, and that's a pretty big deal.
Now, is the push to from regulatory, I guess, let's see how I can say this. Different governments in Europe, for example, have passed rules keeping data within one country. Have you seen that as a big benefit to your business?
I will say what we're seeing in Europe is that the market is generally a little more fragmented in a good sense than in the US. So there's a lot of diversity, and that just plays into exactly what we're doing because we provide one platform to accommodate all of those needs. Again, very, very nice, very broad price, performance, elasticity, automation, speed, security, and for all those clouds.
Fantastic. So before we wrap up, is there anything else that we missed that you want to share with us?
Maybe I'll just up-level it a little bit and talk about what's going on here from a more general perspective. Look at it a little bit like as a self-driving car, right? In the old days, you had to concern yourself with like, okay, what speed am I going at? Kind of what path do I take? You had to concern yourself about steering and the mechanic parts of a car, right? This is how infrastructure, last generation, traditional infrastructure is built, right? On top of that, for instance, when your car breaks, you actually have to deal with getting it serviced, getting it repaired, okay?
Right.
It's like exactly what happens if a traditional array breaks, right?
Right.
Now, if you look at a self-driving car around this, then basically you just tell the car your intent where you want to go, and the car takes care of everything else. Okay, it even finds the best route for you. And by the way, when it breaks, and if you look at a kind of more car as a service model, you even get a replacement car automatically. Okay, that's what we're doing for infrastructure on the storage layer. You just tell it the application intents. We do all the hard work to actually get you there in the best price and with the best performance.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. Oh, before we sign off, how do companies find you?
They go to our website, datera.io, www.datera.io, and take it from there.
Perfect. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for having me.